went through each article within that particular theme, and I highlighted each of the sentences that I just thought were maybe good sentences and thought they'd be interesting enough. So, and then with that, for quite a bit of it, what I did was actually sat at my computer and typed in those sentences as they were.
Okay.
And then did a bit of paraphrasing, which is putting it into my own words. So as I put it into my own words, then I find it naturally just kind of comes. I think a lot of it is gut instinct. I think students often panic and think, oh, I can't do this. Whereas if you just kind of go with the flow, I think it'll come itself when you put it all together. And all I did then was I paraphrased then into my own words and just kind of moved it around for what was appropriate. I looked out for the different points, maybe different ideas, and put in as much as I could from all the articles that I've gotten. I think if you have your own idea in your head of what you want, I think kind of know what, from reading the articles, the different ideas that are out there.
Okay.
I think that's why the reading is important. Once you read and you know the sort of ideas that are out there, you'll know what it is you have to talk about. I think the key is knowing what you're going to talk about. It makes it easier then for because you actually know what the authors are trying to say. When I started writing, I think it took about maybe 2 days. It doesn't take too long, I think, when you've done your research thoroughly before.
Okay.
And then I just went, so I had my sort of rough paper and I wrote down which each paragraph was going to be. So my first paragraph was just, I put in all the information that I had, tried to put it all into one. So that was my first draft. Then my second draft then was, I had paraphrased everything, maybe cut some things out that maybe weren't necessary, paraphrased a bit more and just organised a bit more. Then I uploaded it onto Turnitin, so that was my second draft. I got my percentage back then from similarity, yeah. And so I checked to make sure all was okay there. There was one or two things I think that I just had to change, so I just changed those. I also had 2 family members read it. I think proofreading is important, but I think when you're sitting looking at something for so long, you tend to miss little things. Don't be afraid to ask your lecturers for advice if you're struggling with, but also ask your other classmates. For this particular assignment, there was about 6 people within a group doing the same, and I think when you share different articles and that with each other, you give each other different ideas of what to cover and help each other out, or you'll find a particularly good article and you'll send it on. I think that's important too, because it helps you gain more ideas.
Yep.
Definitely. And I think then the other thing is just be confident in it and just trust your own instincts rather than thinking about what the lecturer wants to read or what. Just go with what you think is a good assignment and just go with your own pace.